All right. Hello, everyone. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for joining us once again for our Facebook Live reveal of Piazza, the latest Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I am so excited to be here today. I get to do this twice a year. They're like Christmas for me. It's like Super Bowl. I love this day of the year when we get to show Piazza. This is a project that's 10 months in the making. Everyone has been doing so much work to put together their mystery clues each month, sew them together. And today we get to see lots of different colorways and designs. We have some surprises for everyone today because it wouldn't be us if we didn't have mysteries along the way. We have some of our social media influencers and ambassadors that have been sewing these clues along with you, have taken time out of their day to join us and tell us a little bit about their story as well as share their quilts. But for every reveal, I always start with my friend and business partner, Sheila Christensen. She is joining us from New Zealand this morning, and she has Brenda, her like go-to right-hand person in the shop, joining her as well. They are joining us from the road. They're actually not in their quilt shop today. They traveled for a quilt show and got up really early this morning to join us. So Sheila, are you there?
Oh. Yes, I'm here.
We're
here. Here's Brenda.
Yes. Hello, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
Very good. All right. So Sheila, this is our 12th puzzle mystery. Can you believe it? That's so many we've done together. Holy cow.
12. Wow.
I know. So tell us about Piazza. Tell us where did the idea come from? What was your design inspiration? What were you thinking about when you designed this book?
So Piazza is based on mosaic tiles and floors that you see in Europe, and so I thought the word piazza and naming all the colorways after all these beautiful piazzas in Italy would be just wonderful. So so the sort of central part of it, it just reminded me of mosaics and tiles. So there we go. That's the inspiration, and you took it from there.
I know, we picked a whole bunch of different colorways and got all excited from there. So Sheila, as we do every reveal, you get to be the first one to show us the design from New Zealand. So I know you're on a bed in a hotel room, so we are making it work today. But and go ahead and show outside us. Still. It's 7 a.m. your time. Is that how it's?
Yeah.
All right. So Brenda and Sheila, take it away. Go ahead and show us.
Okay. So hello from the South Island of New Zealand. We are in Oamaru, the steampunk capital of the world. And we are sitting in our Airbnb. This behind us, you won't, only very, very few select people who've done this colorway. This one was a New Zealand only colorway. And it was called Grande. Yes. Yep. Yeah. And these fabrics are Elizabeth Hartman fabrics. This is a twin size, which is what we, in New Zealand here, we do the extra borders by default. So our twin size has the extra border. So if you're making a small quilt, your quilt will be up to where our green border is. And then the two borders beyond that are the extra borders. So you can see the sort of effect that you've got in the center here. You get this star pattern revealing itself. Cool. The center of the large and queen size over here quilts is going to be the same. And then, as you will see soon when you reveal some more quilts, Kim.
Yes, and everyone looks different. That's the part I love about this design is you can see, like in the design that you have, you can see the pink squares. That is definitely something that is more prominent. But as we look at other designs coming up, you'll see they accentuate different areas and different opportunities for sure.
Yeah.
All right. And Sheila, that's the only one you got for us today, yeah?
That's the yes. I sent through a picture, but I know of Miracoli. So our lovely quilter Adi has made a large Miracoli. That's still up at home. So she sent me a photograph, which I sent through to Robin, but I know that somebody's got a real one here, so that's even better.
So you can't say that word again, because that's not how we've been pronouncing it for 10 months. We've been saying Miracoli. You said Miracoli.
Well, it could be. I don't know. I say it like, so Brenda's going, oh, what is that word again? And I go, it's the miracle quilt. It's miracle.
Well, so Maggiore was one that we had a lot of fun with as well, and we shortened it to Maggie because Maggiore was hard to pronounce. So I love it. That is fantastic.
Yeah. I'm thinking it would probably be Miracoli or something. You know how Italians are.
Miracoli, yeah.
Very, yeah. Or it might be Miracoli. Who knows? We need an Italian in the house.
It sounds like broccoli, right? It's all good. All right. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you, Brenda. Hang around because we're going to see a whole bunch more quilts in just a moment. So
wait.
With that, we get to turn it over to Kina of Kina Quilts. So Kina has been an ambassador for us. This was her first mystery quilt she did, was Piazza. I have to get my cheat sheet, which is over here. So she created a Signoria small for us. And so Kina, we can see you. Yay, there she is. Everyone was playing before the Zoom with kind of virtual backgrounds. And so Kina, thank you so much for joining us. I know you're on your lunch break today. I appreciate you taking the time to join us from abroad. Thank you so much.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. I'm so excited. This was just the best thing to work on for the last 10 months.
Fantastic. So Kina, you picked Signoria. What drew you to Signoria? Why did you pick that colorway?
Yes, so I love purples and blues and greens. And I love very large scale, busy fabrics. And so it was the Cave Facet fabrics, which I love. And so it was the color and the fabric designer.
Oh my God, Cape is, when you're talking big florals, you can do no wrong with Cape. So I am so glad you chose that. This one, it was fun to cut because Cape is, if you don't like it really big, just cut it smaller, which is what we do for you. So that's fantastic. So Kina, and I love your tutorials and videos. You've been doing great at posting them in our Facebook group, and those are super helpful for our folks. So what tips would you give to someone who's doing a PMQ for the first time?
Yeah, it's really cool because you don't have to worry about the cutting, obviously. That's a huge like game changer.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about the measurements. What I found was, because it was cut, even if there were discrepancies with the piecing and the seam allowance was a little bit off, that was okay. And it pieced together so well that I was just really able to have fun and not worry about the quilt police. So
yeah.
Just have fun.
I love the quilt police. They're our favorite people.
So that would be my advice. You don't have to worry about the cutting, just piece it and just go for the ride and be in the community, the Cotton Cuts community. It's just so.
And Kina, I love that. So with this, we get a lot of questions about measurements. And I always tell people, as long as you're consistent, it's all going to work out in the end. Everything starts from the same shape. So don't stress if it's like a 1/4 of an inch or, a scant quarter. Just sew it consistently from beginning to end, and it's going to look amazing.
Exactly. And that's what I had been hearing beforehand, but I'm always someone who kind of stresses over things not matching. And so I was like, just go with it. Everyone, all the other ambassadors are saying it's going to work out. It's going to work out. It really did. So I would just say, trust it, have fun. Sheila does such a great job giving you, having it just kind of work itself out with the pattern. It's very forgiving. So this is one of those things where you don't have to be like super, if you like quilt math, that's great, but you don't have to.
You're talking to an engineer, Kina. I love quilt math. It makes me happy. All right, so Kina, without further ado, let's see the Signoria. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah, I had a green screen on, but because there's green in it, I was losing it.
Yes.
So
oh my gosh, that is amazing. Look at the teal and the aqua. That is so great. That is really good, Kina. Oh, that's a big smile. That says it all.
I can't wait to quilt it. I love it.
Oh my gosh, Kina. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. I know you're participating in Village Green. Which colorway are you doing for Village Green? Just so we know what to look for.
Oh my God. I completely just draw a blank.
It's okay. So Kina is also doing a Village Green, and we'll be able to sew along with her as she goes along. Thank you, Kina, so much for joining us on your lunch break. I very much appreciate it.
Thanks.
All right, bye. All right, so next up we have a longtime quilty friend of mine, Ian. I love, love, love Ian, Off Kilter Ian. He is amazing. Ian has been a huge fan of cotton cuts for many, many, many years. And so I am super excited to have him with us today. So Ian, tell us, what colorway did you pick for the mystery?
Ciao, Kim. Thank you so much for having me on today. I really appreciate it in front of the Trevi fountain. I had to jump over to Italy and talk about it because, you know, these quilts are from Italy, so I had to be here. I had San Marco. So unfortunately, I'm not currently standing in front of the San Marco Piazza, but it's still nice being here.
Fantastic. All right. So Ian, how many PMQs have you done with cotton cuts?
So Piazza makes lucky number 7 for me, and Village Green on Astor that I'm working makes 8. So I'm completed 7, working on 8.
All right, so you are a seasoned detective.
I would like to think
done a
so.
lot. Yes. Okay. So we had a challenge for you this time, and we specifically asked you to, before seeing Clue 10, put together some guesses for what you thought the mystery would look like at the end. Can you tell us about that experience and share with us some insights?
I think I got a little overzealous with my estimation on how well I could put these together. I've done enough of them that I feel like I have a pretty good idea of where things are going to land on the quilt. And I'm going to tell you, I got darn close. I just couldn't bring it the last little bit, unfortunately, but I got darn close. And a lot of people in the shop told me how close I got because they saw the pictures that I sent over and they were like, man, you were that far away from it.
But it's fun though, because I heard your first picture, you had it all laid out and what you thought it was, but you had big gaps.
Yes.
You're like, sure. And so everyone here was like, oh my God, did we send him all his pieces? Is he missing anything? Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. And we're like, no, it's just a different layout, but it keeps you guessing until the end. And so I can say in 12 years of 12 mystery quilts, only one person out of a ridiculous number of thousands of people has actually gotten it right. And so this is one of those ones that keeps you guessing up until the time you get the final assembly instructions.
Absolutely. It really does. And I thought I had it. I thought I was there, but yeah, there were some really weird big gaps. And I'm like, there's got to be something missing here. I've got to be missing something somewhere, but nope, I just had the wrong layout.
It happens to everyone. We've all been there. All right. So Ian, without further ado, can you show us your San Marco, please?
Absolutely. I'd love to show you my San Marco. By the way, I've got to say, this is probably my favorite puzzle mystery quilt that I've done. It's absolutely stunning. And I love how it all looks.
Those are big words because I know how much you loved your Electron. It's okay. We're live television right here, Ian. This is how it works.
Sorry about that. Okay, there we go.
So they say for live television, you should never have dogs or kids. And now we can add a wobbly poles. But I liked the effect. That was awesome. That was awesome, Ian. Well done.
Well, here it is. Wobbly poles and all. Here is the San Marco. And like I said, I absolutely love this one. I love space. I love astronomy. This one really reflects with the moons and a lot of what I feel like is technical design work in it. And I love blue. Blue is my favorite color. So this one really highlights that blue a lot.
Fantastic. I know Electron was your favorite for a long time. So for this to have displaced it out, that's big talk. And I love
They're very close. They're very close to each other.
This is the large of the quilts. So we've seen some smalls. This is the large version of the quilt. So it looks fantastic, Ian. Are you excited for Village Green?
I am. I can't wait to have, I don't really have too many Halloween quilts, and I love Halloween. It's my favorite holiday. So Village Green, I can't wait to get that one finished. And I'm going to be making another guess on that one too. So be ready for that, Kim.
All right. Well, everyone knows to not look at your first guess now. Wait
right,
for
exactly.
a little bit and you'll get really close.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much, Ian. I appreciate it. It was great seeing you, and we will be in touch.
Thanks for having me.
All right, you got it. All right. So next up, we have Andrea joining us. She is from Arkansas Gals, if I can pronounce that. And she's doing Miracoli Large, as we've all learned to pronounce it, Miracoli Large. So Andrea, there she is. Hi, Andrea.
Hello.
How are you today?
I'm doing good.
Oh, good. Thanks so much for joining us. I appreciate it. So what PMQs have you done? Give everyone kind of some background with your experience with the quilt.
I did the So Sweet Bear Claw. And on the current one, course, I'm doing the Miracoli, and I did the Viencia small.
Oh, very cool.
And I'm also working on Tulip in Village Green.
So do you like small or large, or are they equally as fun for you?
I like both. Yeah.
Okay, good. So what is whenever you make a YouTube video and you're talking about the PMQ, what's your favorite thing to tell everyone that watches your channel, perhaps for the first time?
I like that, of course, it's pre-cut pieces, but more than that, it gets you to your machine because it's not overwhelming. Like for so long, I wasn't sewing because the projects are just so big and overwhelming, cutting a whole quilt. But it literally said, okay, I can sit down and do this 30 minutes to an hour, right? No problem.
Right. Yep.
And it gets you sewing. And once that's the big hump, getting to the machine. And then once you get started, you can't stop. So.
Right. That's a big barrier for me personally. I don't have a couple of hours to sit at a machine, but I can take 30 minutes on a Friday afternoon or on a Saturday when I have a little gap time. And I know it's going to be done and I can be complete and put it away and not have something lagging over me for a long period of time. I definitely appreciate that part of the program.
Yeah.
All right. So Andrea, are you ready to show us Miracoli?
Yes. Miracoli.
Yes.
I was like, she said that, I'm like, what?
I know. I was like, we have not been saying that for 10 months. We've been saying Miracoli this whole time. Yes.
All right. I'm going to try to hold up. Hopefully you can see it versus the sun.
Yeah. And so this is the large version of the quilt. So like Ian's, it has some extra, it's 72 by 72. And so she's backlit, so it has that same glass kind of fun, cool look to it, but this is very pink and gray. It is beautiful. Andrea, you did a great job on this one.
Let me put this blanket behind it.
Okay.
Maybe that'll help.
That works too. Oh,
See it
yeah.
better?
Yes. Oh my gosh, so much better. This actually was our most popular colorway for Piazza, was Miracoli. We had a ridiculous number of hundreds of people do Miracoli because it's such fun fabric and it feels great. Andrea, can you talk a little bit about art gallery fabric and how it might be different than other fabrics?
It's so silky. When I sew this, it reminds me of like really good sheets. You know, when you get the really good ones, it's thinner, it's silky. I can always tell art gallery immediately just by the feel of it.
Because as the selvage says, you can feel the difference.
Yes, you literally can. It's fantastic.
Good. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for your support, Andrea. I very much appreciate it. I love the Miracoli quilt that you finished. It looks amazing. Is there a specific place it's going to go when it gets done?
On my bed.
Okay, that's the best place. I love those. Yeah, I love making for yourself. And this is a splurge. I love it. So thank you so much, Andrea, for joining us. I very much appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, we'll see you soon. All right, so then next up we have Anne Hunt of Toby Knits. So Anne is joining us from Canada. She is a first-time influencer for us, and she chose the Volley quilt in the small size. Anne, are you there? We can see you, yay.
I am here. Hopefully you can hear me.
All right, we can hear you here. I'm sure someone will tell Robin if we can't hear you on the Facebook Live. But thank you so much for joining us today. I very much appreciate it. So tell me, Anne, what drew you to the Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt?
I'm a new quilter. I only just started during the pandemic, and cutting overwhelmed me because I didn't have all the fancy rulers that you need for quilting. And so I loved the idea that this was all pre-cut and that you just waited each month for it to arrive. It was all cut. You didn't have to think. You just sat down at your machine and you just sewed. And I'm also a huge mystery fan.
Oh.
And so the idea for me, and again, being a new quilter, when I looked at the piece I had just put together, it didn't look to me like a normal quilt block would look like. So that intrigued me because it was like, oh, what is this gonna be?
Yes. So mysteries. Do you like mystery quilts? Do you like books and TV shows and podcasts and all of
Absolutely.
that?
Yep.
So I always tell folks it's not a traditional block of the month. Like we go into a quilt shop and they say I have a block a month. It's like, here's block 1, here's block 2, here's block 3. I mean, you're making different shapes every month. Some months you're just making strips, and it's literally, they're closer to puzzle pieces than they are to a block of the month, truly.
Totally. And that's what I usually say on my YouTube channel, that one of the things that I love is that it's a puzzle. Like my most favorite part of this whole thing is clue 10.
Yes, yeah, because you get to put it's like building a Lego puzzle. I love it.
It is.
All right,
I feel like the pieces that you've got each month are like your border of a puzzle that you've put together. Then you get to do the middle bit.
All right, so Anne, you have finished the ballet, yes?
Yes, I did.
All right, let's see it. I'm so excited to see this one. So this is, for those of you that are looking, this is a boutique collection. And this one has the turtles in it. This one has a whole bunch of coral. This one is lovely.
It is. It was definitely the seahorses that got me. I fell in love with the seahorses and the colors and the shells. And my son has just moved down. Well, he moved down a year or two ago to Nova Scotia in Canada. I'm in Ontario, and he moved to Nova Scotia, and he's right on the water. He's right on the ocean. So when I was doing this each month, I felt like I was close to him.
Oh my gosh. And that makes me happy to hear that. I appreciate that. I always love the quilting, the connectivity, that if you're sewing it as a gift for someone, it makes you feel closer to them. So,
and his son, my 15-month-old grandson's getting this.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I actually have a campo myself that's for my niece. It is not sewn together yet. It'll probably get sewn together hopefully before her 18th birthday. She turns 1 next week. So we'll see about that. Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us, Anne. I appreciate it as always. And I can't wait to see what we have coming next from you.
Oh, me too.
All right. So with that said, now all that's left is to show you all the awesome quilts that my team here has made. So we have a whole smorgasbord of quilts. Some are small, some are large. We're able to see the small right next to the large of the same exact colorway. We get that question a lot. What's the difference between a small and a large? So we actually have a sample to show you the difference between the two designs. We're going to bring them along the shower curtain, and hopefully we won't have an Anne mishap, but you never know. It's live. It could happen. We'll go with it. Okay. So the first quilt we have, so this one is the Venezia. I always forget this one. So this is the Venezia large. It was made by a member of my team. It was made by, this was Allie, yes. The Venezia, yes, this was made by Allie. And so this one, it to me feels like a throwback to the 90s of what my room looked like as in high school, with all the bugs and all the psychedelic. But you can see like this one, unlike some of the others, doesn't highlight necessarily like a plus sign in the middle of the quilt. This one's definitely very tile-y, to Sheila's point that she was going for with the finished design. Allie finished this, it looks awesome and great. And she put extra borders on it, which just accentuate the quilt as well. All right, so the next we saw Ian's large San Marco. And so now we have the smaller version of San Marco. So this was done by Jessica. She's actually currently holding the camera. She is our customer service extraordinaire. So if you ever have any questions on customer service, Jessica is the one on your side. She's a modern quilter, and the Allison Glass fabrics in this design really sang to her. And like Ian, she really liked the cosmic feel to these designs. And so this was her first one. I think there's currently a fight going on in her house as to who's actually going to get this quilt because so many people love it so much. Okay. Then next we have a large Ducale. And so Jessica made this one as well. And so this one, this is outside of Jessica's comfort zone. And so she is a modern quilter. These fabrics, they're not traditionally, don't speak modern, but she sewed this together for us for the reveal today. And now is trying to figure out its home because she actually likes it. And one of the things that we like about the mystery is that you can sew a colorway outside of your comfort zone and find something new about yourself that you didn't even know you was there. And so this is beautiful. It's fall. It can be quilted and it can go on a bed. It feels to me like this one is, in all of our minds here, the biggest surprise because it looks so fantastic together. We did not expect this when we were die cutting the fabrics at all. Okay, next up we have a Vittorio. This is a Vittorio small. This one was sewn by Dawn here in the shop for us. She's a new time PMQer. This is her first time she did it. She sewed the entire quilt together in a couple hours on a weekend. She chain stitched all of her triangles together. She loves it. She was so joyful about the experience that it could be done so quickly. She has kids and grandkids, and she's constantly traveling and going, and she loved that she could get this done in just a weekend without any fuss or muss. All right, then we have the last quilts we have are the Natanas. So this is another petite, just like what Anne showed us, but in a slightly different colorway. This is a brighter palette for us. And so it has the seahorses, it has the coral, it has the pineapples in it as well. This is the small version of the design. And you can see it's super bright. A lot of people like this one as well. We actually appreciate all the folks that did this one. We had some shipping delays here and there. Those seahorses were stuck in the ocean between here and Asia for a period of time, but thankfully they made it. And I appreciate everyone's patience as we sewed this together. And so I want to show the small right next to the large version of the quilts. You can see what the difference is between the two designs. So the fabrics are always the same. The core design in the middle is the same, but you can see that it's just bigger, right? It doesn't scale. It's not like one is a small version, the next one's 50% bigger, but it uses the same core elements and then expands on them as it radiates outward. Both of these quilts are made by folks on my team, by Martha and by Allie. They did a fantastic job. They're seasoned PMQ assembly folks. They've made a ridiculous number of PMQs for us. They're always awesome. They are busy working moms. They work, they have kids in school, and they like the fact that they can just come sit and sew and get this done super quickly. Okay, so that's all that we have to show for today. That is a culmination of 10 months of work. I hope everyone is super excited to get together. We have a Zoom sew-in tomorrow from 10 to 4 where people can drop in. It's going to be open house style. Come sit and sew for whatever time you can. We're giving away prizes every hour. I am going to say that there's going to be guests popping in and out as the day goes on, so you never know who might drop into your room while you're sewing. This is a great opportunity to get caught up on clues or do some assembly. If you get stuck on parts and how they lay out, there's going to be people there to help you. This is kind of what we do. And then once we get through Saturday, we can start talking about our next mystery. So we had some intrepid detectives find the colorways on our website last night. The theme for our next mystery quilt is going to be carnival. I'm super excited about it. This is kind of the theme. If we can zoom in, it's going to be like vintage carnival. I'm super excited about this colorway. Even more exciting is you guys get to name the colorways. So our team is going to be launching some voting in the Cotton Cuts Fabric Facebook group, and we're going to post a colorway and give you some name options, and you guys actually get to name the colorways this time. So think tilt-a-whirl, roller coaster, carousel, all of the like vintagey, like, big tent type ideas are going to be out there. I'm super excited. We have 15 colorways. I think Marie Singer might convince me to do a 16th one. Stay tuned on that. But our signups come and they're the last Friday in May. Get there at 7 a.m. because some colorways will sell out within a few minutes. So with all of that, I have to thank my team. They are awesome. They are amazing. I couldn't do this without them. They do a great job behind the scenes. Like, I kind of wish we could turn around and show you all the folks that are standing behind the camera today. They are great. I also appreciate Sheila. She is my design partner. She does a fantastic job with all these concepts. She breaks down the puzzles and makes it enjoyable for everyone, make sure everyone has a great time, and make sure, most importantly, that everyone can finish. So with that, I'm going to say thank you to everyone. Leave any questions in the comments and my team will help you through it. And I will see you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.